Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've been well. I'm at the X Hangar with my friend Clay. If you missed it, we just did a walk around of this whole hangar. You call it the hangar,
yeah.
Right? That's what you call it.
Yep.
And all the vehicles in it. So we stepped outside. It's actually snowing a little bit right now, and we're gonna do a quick little walk around of what I think you guys will like, judging on kind of the walk arounds I've done before. Kind of like the more, the everyday man build, maybe. Though this is built very nicely, as we'll get into. But this is a '96 4Runner. Yep. And it's actually, Clay says it's his, usually his daily driver.
It's my daily driver right now, yeah.
Daily driver here.
I kind of rotate through vehicles as they're coming along, but yeah, this was built, once I took the AEV Prospector to a full-time overland vehicle with the camper on it, we were like, I'm gonna get something that I can just drive around. Yeah. So this was a good friend of ours, Eric Olson's, and he took really good care of it, and I've had my name on this for about 6 years. Okay. So just been waiting, and finally I talked him into selling it to me, and so I got it for that. And then pretty common around here, vision creep, you know, scope creep. Starts out to be a daily driver. I'm just gonna keep it stock. Well, that doesn't last very long, and then we're gonna shoot a whole series on it, and then it goes from 0 to hero in that series, and all the steps along the way. So that's what we ended up doing with it. You're seeing it in its final form right now. We started building it in May, and it was literally finished 2 weeks ago. So we started from the ground up, and now mechanically basic, yeah, just getting it completely baseline. It has 165,000 miles on it when I bought it. So we went through, and anything that was compromised or wouldn't hold up to a drive to Alaska all the way down to Argentina, that was the build spec, got addressed.
And I actually drove this. We met for coffee earlier, and Clay took my cheap little rental home, and I followed him in the 4Runner. So it drives really nice. It's tight. It has power. It's got the supercharger in there. Yep. And it's a very clean machine. Yep. Clay and I were talking kind of this isn't a budget build. This is a very nicely done build, and as Clay was just talking about, he builds vehicles that will take him to Alaska and back, which a lot of times don't necessarily want to do. You don't want to cheap out stuff, if that's the intent. Yeah. Build. And our build in a lot of these is the Pan American. So if you were to drive from Alaska to Argentina, you know, a lot of times that trip will take you a year to 3 years to do for the standard traveler. So that's the build spec, that it's not the weekend warrior guy, though it would serve him very well. It's for that long duration. So that's why we take all those heavy considerations. So, yeah. So I don't know. She's a beaut. Like start at the front, work our way back. Sure. From the bottom up, we go general grabbers and 33s. You can drive around the world on 33-inch tires. It's kind of like the preferred size. Honestly, I agree. If you're doing a 4Runner or a Tacoma build, there's not a whole lot of reason to go beyond 33s. I have 35s, but it opens up a whole new can of headaches. So. It does, yeah. So it's got Icon wheels. We're running the ATX right now with studded for winter. Inside, we're running the Icon 2.5 CDCs and the Delta joints on the upper control arms. Armor is all CBI, great partner of ours. We looked at aluminum versus steel. This is all steel. Rigid lights. It's got the Warn VR Evo 8S synthetic, keeping things light where we can. We're running the rigid SAE fog lamps, and I never knew how awesome those were. I was always like, oh, it's SAE, they're not gonna be very bright. No, that's not what that means. It means the cutoff's super good, and I love them. I'm gonna be putting them on a lot of stuff. Safari snorkel, we worked with Kurt at Cruiser Outfitters to get all the right fittings for the 3FE. For the 4Runner, you gotta do a couple things for that, and they helped us out there. And then sliders underneath, or skids underneath, all CBI steel.
sliders, steel welded on. And all the components from the front to the back underneath, drive lines, bushings, anything that turns or was wearing out pretty much got replaced. So it's pretty much a brand new car underneath. 2.5s in the rear, heavy coils from Old Man Emu to accommodate the weight, and the heavy coils are up to factory GVW, gross vehicle weight. You're also seeing a long-range automotive fuel tank under there that adds 30 gallons to the truck, which factory fuel tank, if I'm not mistaken, is 18 gallons. So it's a major boost in range. That's why we have such heavy coils. CBI rear bumper, angled tire carrier, jerry cans, max tracks on the spare tire carrier system. Up top we have the Easy On K9 roof rack system. We've run those all over the world. It's got the slide out table. We designed it so that it's really easy to live out of. Everything's within arm's reach. You know, a lot of times the first thing you need in camp is a table, so it's right here. Slide it out and you can set all your stuff on it. And then in the back, we have the galley system. We put our air compressor here with some USB ports, so when you're working and living in camp, you can set and charge phones and devices here. And then full galley system from Goose Gear, stove, fridge, and then we put in the Goose Gear sleep platform, so you can sleep back here. One of the greatest things about a 4Runner is you can sleep in the back. Don't need a rooftop tent. Drawer system for easy access to stuff. What else? There's a solar panel on the roof, and we hid all of the controllers in the panels. So there's full Renogy. I think it's Renogy right now. All the controllers. So if you do want to see it, it's all, you can look in there, but otherwise it's tucked away and not cluttering the truck. Yeah. Base plate system from Goose Gear. Organization's key. If you're moving something to get to something, your truck's built wrong. That's kind of one of our mottos. We kind of went in here and we did this is cool, we pulled this off the factory bumper and we cut it and riveted to the CBI bumper, so that way it has that original feel in the back. Keeps it clean. Nice. All kinds of little nuggets. Camp light up top. That's right over your stove and your fridge, so when you're camping and cooking, you got light right over the top of you.
Very cool, man.
Yeah. Scene lights, rock lights throughout, which we use mostly for camp. You get to camp and turn your lights on. You don't need headlamps, etc. Inside here, we went with mostly factory switches and stuff. The 1996 Limiteds came with a factory e-locker, a sunroof, and leather, which kind of makes these so great. They're hard to find. That factory e-locker is pretty rare in a 4Runner of this era.
And this luxury, these luxury touches. Huh?
Which matter on a long trip.
Yeah.
You can suffer. You can get away with, you can ride to Argentina on a bicycle if you want. I mean, whatever degree of suffering, it's up to you. But
why?
But why? If you can sit and be in comfort and all those things, those just add to the experience and livability and allowing you to thrive on the road. Yeah, ham radio, 2-meter Overlander nav device. This doesn't have any nav, so we went with that, and that also connects to our phone, so we can run it like a Bluetooth device, hands-free. That's probably one thing I would still do to it, is add some sort of new stereo system with Bluetooth and things like that, because that stuff matters on the road when you're driving a lot of miles. But all in all, she's done.
It's a very clean build.
Thank you. I love it. It's one of my favorite trucks.
Job well done. And then yeah, again, if you want to see more of this vehicle, Clay's got some videos up on his channel, kind of outlining the process and the idea and everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed this little walk around.
Yeah, you gotta see the magnets and
everything. Oh yeah, we got a magnet supercharger. And you've done some exhaust specific.
Yep, we did the MagnaFlow Overland exhaust. We gave that a try, and it's been working well. Yeah, just supercharger in, SLE terminals, ARB, diff breathers, hood lights. It's one of the first things you got to put in a Toyota. I mean, we went through the radiator, all new plugs, everything. It's all been updated. This thing is ready to go to South America. So yeah.
Awesome, man.
Thanks for checking it out.
Sweet. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little walk around, peek, in-depth peek into the 4Runner. And Clay, again, this is daily driver. He'll continue using it, so I'm sure you'll see more of it popping up here and there over on the Expedition Overland channel. If you have any questions about anything, I'll try my best to answer them, so you can leave them down below. Go give Clay a subscribe. Go give Clay a follow. Go give Clay a watch.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash some things down below.
Hit that. Yeah, all that.
And then, yeah, if you missed it, did a walk around of the X Hangar in general, so you can check that out on the channel. And until next time, guys, take care.
See you.